Several members of the community as well as local elected officials were on hand Monday evening in Pikeville to discuss the impact that commercial air service could have on the region at a public forum organized by the Appalachian News Express.
You know, we have the highways now, we have the industrial parks with vacancies, we have the infrastructure, we have the high-speed internet, we have those things, we can offer the same incentive packages that Central Kentucky can offer. But we don't have easy access with commercial air service. When a developer finds out that they have to fly in 2 to 3 hours away and then drive, you rarely ever get to the discussion of, well, what's your property look like? What kind of incentive can you offer me? We find that's the position that we're in, and we believe that we're on the right path to making Eastern Kentucky competitive for the future.
The main issue at hand is a $750,000 federal grant recently awarded to help establish commercial air service in Pikeville. But without the support of the Pike County Fiscal Court to help get $1 million in matching funds from the state, that $750,000 will more likely be forfeited. And right now, the Pike County Fiscal Court is not wanting to cooperate.
And the only thing that does is hurt the region. We're all in this together. Whether you live at Virgie or Phelps or Belfry, it doesn't matter. We're all Pike Countyans, and we all are trying to make this a better place to live. When you go to the airport, I think there's a couple things Bill didn't mention that you may want to talk to me about. We have 5,300 feet of runway right now. If we're not successful with this commercial air service, the airport will likely be reclassified, and we will lose several hundred feet of that runway. Now, for those of us who are up there quite frequently, you go up there, last week a week or so ago, you had the Cleveland Clinic's jet was there taking a patient to Cleveland Clinic from Pike. You know, when you start losing runway, you lose the ability to get aircraft like that in to Pike. And that's a matter of life or death. When we can fly people from Pikeville to Cleveland Clinic and have them there in 30 minutes, well, what happens if we lose that runway?
Point to resonate is we still got some work to do. We can't get to that point until we get through this issue. This is the biggest hurdle ahead of us. If we don't secure the funding, then we lose the other funding. If we don't secure the funding, then we lose the 2 carriers. If we don't secure the funding, then the FAA is going to reclassify possibly reclassify the runway to where we'll never get commercial air service. Luke can speak to the issue of the type of plane that we're looking at. There's only, based upon the distance of the field, there's only 1 or 2 types of planes that can land in this short distance of runway, but and do it safely. If the runway is shortened, then we jeopardize all chances of pursuing commercial air service.
Also, several local business owners expressed their support for commercial air service for Pikeville.
Well, the suppliers that come in to see me don't come here. I've got to go see them in Lexington or Bristol because their executives won't get in the car and drive down 2.5 hours. Okay, so that's money we lose here. Also, on my national travel, when I go to these national meetings, I was just in a meeting in Philadelphia, the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy, and that was right around the time the Hatfield-McCoy thing was kicking, you know, into high gear, and it was starting to come around, and people were asking me, you know, what's going on back there? You know, what about this thing that's been going on? Is it true? And what are the this and that's? And I said, you need to come back. And they go, well, we'd love to, but we're not going to fly into an airport that's 2 hours away.
Everyone seemed to agree that without commercial air service to Pikeville, getting new businesses to look at this area is a major challenge.
I've had to beg, plead, borrow, and just say, hey, forgive me for having to drive you 170 miles from Louisville or Lexington to bring you here because we don't have commercial air service. It's a deterrent to our economy. Mr. Cheney said it very well. And I'm a movie buff, Ms. Brown. I believe in the field of dreams. Kevin Costner, you build it, they'll come. I'm a firm believer in that. And I believe this too, Jeff, where there is no vision, the people perish. The day that I lose my vision, I need to go back to Peter Creek and quit. Because I believe great things for Pike County. We had 17.3 million viewers watch the Hatfield-McCoy feud. Then people's wanting to come to Pike County. They're not going to just come traveling by car. They want to fly. They want convenience. And Hillman and I rode the trail, Leo, over to the River Road where all those feuds took place, and the house where John C. and Rosanna had the baby. It's there. The hog trial and the fight at Blackberry. It's alive and well. So many people ask me about it. It's our neck of the woods. But I want to close with this. Can't, wouldn't, couldn't and shouldn't never accomplish nothing, and they never will. So I welcome this forum. I drove from Frankfurt today to be here. That's how important it is. Thanks to Chris Anderson getting a hold of me. And Hillman's right. We need to open door communication. We need to understand all the sides of the story. I wrote a letter for this benefit. Speaker Stumble was in his office today about getting support for this. This is a win-win for Pike County.
For more information on the forum, you can check out Wednesday's edition of the Appalachian News Express or watch for the forum to be broadcast in its entirety on Pike TV.